Hello children and viewers. So in the previous classes we described the motion in terms of distance, displacement, velocity and acceleration without considering the cause of the motion. Nothing but, so what is the cause of motion? We doesn't consider so far. So that type of study of motion will be called as a kinematics. By considering the cause of the motion, so if we describe the motion, that will be called as the dynamics. So that's why we are entering into the new lesson, that is nothing but the force and laws of motion. So who is the cause of motion? The cause of the motion is nothing but the force, and because of the force, and when we applied the force on the bodies, then only the bodies will be coming to the motion. So that's why who is the cause of the motion? The cause of the motion is nothing but the force. So that's why what is the force? Force is nothing but cause of motion, and it is a cause of, force is nothing but it is a cause of motion. It is a cause of motion, and the force can be applied in the form of push or pull, and nothing but when we push an object, that will be come into motion, or when we pull an object, that will be come into the motion. So that's why simply what is the force? Force is nothing but push or pull. You learned it in the 8th class. So what is the force? Force is a push or pull, and because of this push or pull, so what happened? So which can causes or tends to cause motion in an object, and which changes or tends to change the direction of motion of object. So which changes or tends to change the speed of motion of object, and which can be changes the or tends to change the shape or size of object. So these are called the causes, these are called the effects, effects of force. So generally the force cannot be seen, only the effects of the force, the effects of the force can be seen. So that's why the force is nothing but what? Which, the force is nothing but which causes or tends to cause tends to cause motion in object, and as well as the force is nothing but which changes are tends to change speed of moving object, and as well as the force is nothing but which changes are tends to change changes are tends to change direction of moving object, and as well as the force is nothing but which changes are tends to change shape or size of the object. So that's why these are the nothing but what? These are the effects and as well as definition. So the force cannot be seen with our eyes, only we can see the effects, only see the effects. So that's why what are the effects? So the effects of force is nothing but what? So the first effect, so the force can move a stationary object, So this is the first effect. So the second effect is nothing but the force can stop the force can stop a moving object. A moving object. And as well as, so the force can change direction of moving object. And as well as, so the force can change speed of object, speed of moving object. And as well as fifth one, so the force can change shape or size of object. So these are the effects can be created by the force. Generally we can see in our daily life. For example, while we are playing the cricket, when we hit the ball with help of the bat, what happened? The speed may change or as well as the direction may be changed. So as well as, so when we apply the force on the brakes of the vehicle, what happened? So that moving object can be stopped. And as well as, so when we start the car, what happened? Now it can be by applying the mechanical force. So now the body may be coming to the motion. And as well as by taking a ball into our hands, so when you apply the force, what happened? The shape or the size of the object is also changes. That's why these are called what? Effects. And only we can see the effects. We can't see the force. Only we can see the effects. So now come to the types of forces. Forces can be broadly classified into two types. So next, types of forces. So generally, so the forces can be classified into two types. So one is the contact forces and second one is the non-contact forces or forces at a distance or field forces. So the forces are generally classified into two types. So they are nothing but the contact forces and second one is the non-contact forces. So they are also called as the force at a distance and as well as they are also called as the field forces. So contact forces and nothing but, so this force can be directly physical contact with the body. So that type of forces will be called as contact forces. In non-contact forces, so without touching the body, so the body can be experience the force. So that's why that is called the non-contact force. So now what is the definition of the contact force? So the force act on the body either directly or through a connector. That type of force are called what? Contact forces. So nothing but what is the contact force? So the force act on the body. Either directly or through a connector. So that type of force will be called as what? Contact force. And nothing but this force can be directly contact with the body or it may be contact with the connector. And nothing but sometimes we can also connect the body with help of the thread, with help of the spring. So that's why we can use the connector. So that's why, so what is the contact force? The contact force is nothing but the force act on the body either directly or through a connector. That type of force will be called as what? Contact force. And next, coming to the non-contact force or force at a distance. So the force act on the body without physical contacts and by creating its own field. And nothing but the force and nothing but, so in the non-contacting forces, by creating some field around that object, so then so that force will be developed. That type of force will be called as what? Non-contact force. And what is a non-contact force? So the force act on the body, the force act on the body without physical contact, without physical contact, and by the field, and nothing but the force act on the body. So due to the field, nothing but by producing field, and by producing field, by producing the field, so the force can be act on the body. So that type of force can be called as what? Non-contact force or force at a distance. And now coming to the contact forces. So there are some types of contact force are there. So they are nothing but generally in physics we use some type of contact forces. So they are nothing but the first one is the muscular forces. So the muscular forces is also a contact force, and second one is the mechanical force. Mechanical force is also a contact force, and next one is the normal force. Normal force, or it may be called as normal reaction sometimes. And next one is the frictional force. Frictional force. And next one is the tension force. Tension force. And next one is the spring force. Spring force. So these are the different types of the contact forces generally we can use in our physics. And next coming to the non-contact forces or force at a distance. So there are generally in our physics we can use the four types of the non-contact forces. So they are nothing but one is the gravitational force, one is the gravitational force, nothing but the gravitational force due to the planets or the gravitational force due to the earth. And next one is the electrostatic force. Electrostatic force, and nothing but the force developed between the charges, and the gravitational force is the force developed between the two massive objects. And next one is the magnetic force. Magnetic force, and this is a force developed so the between the object which has the magnetic property. And next one is the electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force, and nothing but this is a force developed because of the electric field and the magnetic field. And nothing but electromagnetic force is nothing but the combination of the electric force and the magnetic force. So these are the four different types of contact forces. Now coming to the contact forces. So now coming to the different types of contact forces. So the first contact force is nothing but the muscular forces. Muscular forces. So the muscular force is nothing but the force produced by the muscles of the living beings, that may be animals or that may be human beings. So that type of force is called as what? Muscular forces. So generally while we are walking or while we are running or when we are doing some work, so we use this muscular forces. So what is the muscular forces? The force produced by muscles of living beings called as what? Muscular forces. Because of this muscular forces, generally in our daily life we do the work, that may be running or walking or swimming or so pushing object or pulling object with the help of our hands, or while we are lifting some object we can use that muscular forces. And second one is the mechanical forces. Mechanical forces. So the mechanical forces are nothing but the forces produced by the machineries or the machines will be called as what? Mechanical forces. For example, while we are driving a car or any vehicle, so in that vehicle a force is developed, so that force will be called as what? Mechanical force. And what is the mechanical force? The force produced by machines The force produced by the machines will be called as what? Mechanical force. And next, coming to the normal force. Normal force, or sometimes it may be called as normal reaction. Normal reaction. Normal force or normal reaction. So normal force is nothing but the force act normally. The force act normally when the two objects are kept in contact. For example, consider, so this is object A, this is object A, and when this object A is kept in contact with the another object B, now consider this object B. So now both are kept in contact and nothing but they are physically kept in contact. So now, so this is a surface that will be, this is the surface of A and let us consider this is surface of B. So now the surface of A and surface of B will be kept in contact here. So when they are kept in contact, what happened? Now they can exert force one and other, and nothing but they can able to exert some force. So that force is nothing but it will be perpendicular to the surface of contact. This is the surface of contact. So when the A body will be applied some force on B, so now that force will be in this direction. So this is the direction of force on B. So due to the A, so it will be downward direction. So it will be perpendicular to the surface of contact. And in the same way, the B body is also apply some force on A. So now it will be in upward direction and the direction of force will be perpendicular to the surface of contact. So now these are force act on A due to the B. So now these forces are how they are? They will be perpendicular to the surface of contact. So that's why such type of forces are called what? Normal force or normal reaction. And when the normal force or when the normal reaction will be created, again when the surface are kept in contact, that's why these also called as the contact force. And when, what is the definition of normal force? When two bodies when two bodies are kept in contact, kept in physical contact, kept in physical contact, kept in the physical contact, so they exert force, they exert force. How they exert force? They exert force perpendicular, this is a symbol of perpendicular. So perpendicular to the surface of contact, perpendicular to the surface of contact, surface of contact. So such type of force will be called as what? Normal force or the normal reaction. For example, let us consider this is a table. So on the table, let us consider there is a book. There is a book. So now this book surface and the table surface will be kept in the physical contact. Nothing but when the book is kept on the table, they will be directly physical contact. So that's why the book will be apply some force on the table in the downward direction, that will be perpendicular to the surface of contact. The table is also apply some force on the book, that is also perpendicular to the surface of contact. So that's why these force is nothing but the normal force or the normal reaction. So next coming to the frictional force. Next coming to the frictional force. So the frictional force is also a contact force. So for example, consider, so this is a body A and this body will be kept on the another body, so that will be considered body B. This is a body B, this is a body A. So now they are kept in the physical contact. So when they are kept in the physical contact, this is the surface of the first body, this is the surface of the second body. So now in this case, what happened? When the object A and when the object B, either object A or either object B are moving, so then what happened? For example, consider, so this is object A, so let us consider it is moving in the right direction. So when it is moving in the right direction, what happened? So now some forces exist between the surface of the contact, but this time that force will be parallel to the surface of contact, parallel to the surface of contact. And for example, when the body A is moving in this right direction, right direction, so that's why, so there is some force will be exist, So that will be parallel to the surface of contact and again opposite to the motion of the body, and nothing but, so when the body A is moving in the right y direction, some opposing force is developed between these two surface contact, that will be in this direction. So this type of this force will be called as what? Frictional force. So now otherwise, so when the B is moving in the forward, when the B is moving in the left direction, so in the time is also some force will be exist, so that will be oppose the motion of the body B, so again that force will be in this direction. So that's why when the two surfaces are kept in contact, so they exert some force, parallel or tangential to the surfaces, of contact. So that type of force will be called as what? Frictional force. But the frictional force is a opposing force. Remember. So what is the frictional force? When two objects are kept in physical contact, so they exert force parallel or tangential to surface of contact. So that type of force will be called as frictional force, but the frictional force is nothing but it will be oppose the motion of body, So remember, frictional force. And when we are walking on the road, so there is a frictional force developed between our feet and earth. So when I am rubbing my two hands, so what happened? So a frictional force is developed between my two hands. So that type of force is nothing but the frictional force. The frictional force is always parallel to the surface of contact. So the normal force will be always perpendicular to the surface of contact. So remember, very important. And next come to the tension force. So for example, consider, so with help of a thread or string, this is considered thread or a string. String is nothing but a wire. So when the object A will be suspended with help of a thread or string, so then what happened? Some force is developed along this string or along this thread. That type of force will be called as what? Tension. And what is the tension? When an object is suspended, with help of string or thread, so the force developed along the string, along the string called which type of forces? Tension force. So a force is developed, so that force will be called as what? Tension. For example, take a string or a thread, so by taking into our hand, when it is stretched, what happens? Some force is developed. That type of force is also called as what? Tension force. And next, coming to the last one, is nothing but the spring force. For example, when a spring will be connected between the two bodies, let's consider a body A and this is a body B. So when the spring will be extended or when the spring will be compressed, a force is developed in the spring, and nothing but, so when a spring is connected between the two bodies, when the spring will be elongated or compressed, so inside the spring some force is developed. That type of force will be called as what? Spring force, or it may be called as elastic force. It may be called as what? Elastic force. elastic force. So what is the spring force or elastic force? So when a spring will be connected between the two bodies, so when the spring is compressed or elongated, some force is developed, that type of force will be called as what? Spring force or elastic force. So these are the different types of contact forces, so generally used in our physics. So next, coming to the types of non-contact forces or force at a distance or field forces. So the first non-contact force is nothing but the gravitational force. Gravitational force. So the gravitational force can exist between the any two object which has some mass. For example, consider, so this is a body having mass m1, and let us consider this is a object or body having mass m2. So let us consider the distance between them will be r. So then between these two bodies, some force of attraction will be developed because of their mass. So that type of force will be called as what? Gravitational force. For example, when I drop an object on the earth, so what happened? So that object will be attracted towards the earth, because so this object has some mass and the earth also have some mass. So due to that, so between them some attractive force is developed, that force will be called as the gravitational force. So this force is developed because of creating the field. Field is nothing but the space around the object, the space around the object up to it can apply some force on another object. So that space will be called as what? Field. And by creating their own field, so they can exert some force on each other. So that type of force will be called as gravitational force. So in case of the gravitational force, there is no physical contact. They cannot be directly in contact. They cannot be directly in physical contact. So there is some space between them, and there is no physical contact. Even though there is no physical contact, they can able to apply some force on each other. So such type of force is nothing but the gravitational force. So by creating their field. So what is the field here? Nothing but the field is nothing but the space around object. The space around the object up to it can exert some force on other object. For example, consider this is an object. So now this object can be apply some force up to certain space, up to certain area. So beyond this area, it cannot apply the force on other object. So that's why this is a space around this object. It can apply some force when another object is in this place. And nothing but, for example, another object will be here. Now this is the object. So that will be in the field. It will be in the field of this object. So that's why it can apply some force on this object without being physical contact. That's why that space around the object, so up to it can exert some force on other object. So that space around that object will be called as what? Field. So by creating this field, so now they can exert some force on each other. So but when this gravitational force exists, when there exists some mass, and nothing but the two bodies must have the mass, then only the gravitational forces exist. So that's why the gravitational force is always directly proportional to, so the product of mass of the two bodies, and it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So that's why the gravitational force formula is F equal to capital G into m1 m2 by r square. So this is a formula for gravitational force. So later we discuss. So this is a formula for gravitational force. The gravitational force is a non-contact force. And next, coming to the electrostatic force. So the electrostatic force, because this gravitational force is only attractive force. Remember, it is only attractive force. So but the electrostatic force may be attractive or repulsive. sometimes it may be attractive or sometimes it may be repulsive. It may be repulsive. And for example, so let us consider these are the two objects having some charge. Charge is also nothing but the fundamental property of the object like mass. Let us consider this an object having the charge q1 and let us consider this an object having charge q2. So they are separated by some distance. So because of the charges, so they can create their own field. So even though there is no physical contact, they can exert some force on each other. That may be attractive force or that may be repulsive force. If they are the like charges, they can repel. If they are unlike charges, they can attract. And nothing but if they are same positive charges or if they are same negative charges, so they can repel each other. So if one is the positive charge and another one is the negative charge, or one is the negative charge, another one is the positive charge, they can be attract. But the attractive force or the repulsive force is always directly proportional to, so the product of the magnitude of the two charges, and it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So that's why this is also force at a distance or non-contact force. And next coming to the magnetic force. Magnetic force. So the magnetic force is also a force at a distance. So this force is because of the magnetic property. So what is the magnetic property? The property of the material which can be attract the substance like iron, nickel, cobalt. So if there is a substance, so this substance able to attract iron, cobalt, nickel. So when this substance can be attract iron, cobalt, nickel, then this substance has the magnetic property, and because of that property it can able to attract nothing but this is applying some force on the iron, cobalt, nickel. Such type force will be called as what? Magnetic force. For example, if we take the magnet, so this magnet has the two poles, one is the north pole and second one is the south pole, and these two poles have some pole strength. Later we discuss. So now when this magnet is taken, so now this magnet can be create its own field, and nothing but if let us consider this is a magnet. So now this magnet can be create their own field up to certain area. So when another magnet or so the material like iron, cobalt, nickel will be so come to this place, what happened? Now it can able to attract. Because of which force? Magnetic force. Such force is called the what? Magnetic force. And now, so the force which is developed due to the electrostatic force and electric field and the magnetic field, and nothing but when the charges are rest, they can be experience the electrostatic force. When charges are in motion, they can develop the electric force and the magnetic force. And when the charges are in motion, so they can develop the electric force and the magnetic force. Such type of force will be called as the combination of electric force and the magnetic force will be called as what? Electromagnetic force. So these are the different types of the non-contact forces. So generally any force can be represented with a letter that is nothing but F. So the force can be represented so with a letter F. That may be small f or the capital F. So the force can be always represented with the letter what? F. So the SI unit of force is nothing but the SI unit of force is nothing but Newton. It is represented with a letter N. So it is, so the unit can be named on the scientist name, that is the Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. So Newton. So what is the SI unit of the force? That is nothing but Newton. And the CGS unit will be, the CGS unit of force is nothing but dyne. Dyne. D-Y-N-E, dyne. So this is about the symbol of the force and SI unit of the force and CGS unit of the force. So next come to the resultant force. So resultant force is nothing but, let us consider, so this is an object. So let us consider this object is rest on the surface of the earth. So let it name be A. Now on this object on the left side, let us consider the two forces are acting. So the first force will be 5 newtons and second force will be 10 newton. And in the same way, let us consider, so on the right side again there are three forces are acting. So one is the 5 newton and second one is the 12 newtons and third one is the 30 newtons. So what happening here? So on the object, two or more forces are acting simultaneously at a time. Let us consider. So then what happened? So all these forces, and when these two or more forces are acting, so then when these forces will be added vectorially, so that force will be gives the resultant force. So that resultant force is also nothing but net force. It will be gives a force. That force is nothing but what? Resultant force. What is the resultant force? When two or more. When two or more. When two or more forces acting simultaneously when two or more forces acting simultaneously, so then the vector sum of all forces is called resultant force. So vector sum, because the force is a vector. Remember, the force is a vector. It has the magnitude and direction. Remember, force is a vector. Nothing but it has a direction, and nothing but when we are discussing about the force, so we have to consider the direction and as well as what? Magnitude. Remember, this is very important. When we are discussing about the force, so we have to consider direction and magnitude. So now on object A, on the left side, how many forces are acting? And nothing but this is the force. These are the forces acting on the left side of the object. But this force is acting in this direction. So now these the 5 newtons and 10 newtons are acting on the left side of object, but that force direction is towards the right side and in this direction. Now consider this direction is the positive and this direction is the negative. And I am considering the right side direction is positive and left side direction is negative. And these 5 newtons and 10 newtons are acting in which direction? In this direction. So that's why these forces can be take the positive. And these the 5 newtons, 12 newtons and 30 newton will be acting in which direction? In this direction. So that's why these direction can be negative. Now consider this F1 force and this is a F2 force and this is a F3 force and this is a F4 and this is a F5 force. So now F1 and F2 are acting in this direction and towards the right. That's why this. So F1 is nothing but plus 5 newtons and F2 is also nothing but plus 2 newtons. But so the F3 is acting in this direction. So that's why the direction is negative. That's why the minus 5 newton and F4 can be taken also minus 12 newton and F5 can be taken as what? Minus 30 newtons. So okay, you consider the direction and as well as magnitude. So that's why now you can add, and by considering the magnitude and direction. So this plus and minus can be represent the direction and the value number can be represent the magnitude. So after considering the direction and magnitude, now you add, so that can be called as a vector sum. So the vector sum of the all forces will be considered resultant force, and nothing but F suffix R can be the resultant force. So now you can add nothing but F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar plus F4 bar, F suffix 4, next F suffix 5. So now if we add these forces, that force is called what? Resultant force. So what is the resultant force here? The resultant force is nothing but here. So F1 is nothing but plus 5 and a 5. F2 is nothing but what? Plus 10 and nothing but 10. and F3 is nothing but what? Minus 5, and plus into minus again plus minus 5. So plus F4 is nothing but minus 12 plus F5 is nothing but minus 13. So 5 plus 10, 5 plus 10 is nothing but 15. So minus 5 plus into minus minus plus into minus minus 12 plus into minus minus 13. So 15 minus 5 minus 12 is nothing but what? Minus 17, minus 17 minus 13, and nothing but how much? Minus 30. So that's why what is the resultant force? The resultant force is nothing but 15 minus 30, and how much? It will be the again minus 15 newtons. But this 15 can be represent the magnitude, and minus can be represent what? So all because of all resultant forces, again the body can be moved in which direction? In this direction. And finally, so this object A, so this object will be finally on, what is the resultant force acting on the body? That is nothing but 15 Newton, but it can act in which direction? In this direction. So that's why here minus sign will be K. And nothing but when on this object A, so when 5 newtons and 10 newtons are acting in the right direction, and this 5 newtons and 12 newtons and 13 newtons are acting in the left side direction. So because of these forces, finally when we add it, so again that can be give a single force. So that single force is how much? That is nothing but 15, and it is now because of all these forces, finally the body is moving in which direction? Again moving it towards the left. And nothing but when we find the resultant force, by finding the resultant force, so we can say that in which direction the body is moving, and finally so what is the force that is experienced, that can be observed. So that is the importance of the resultant force. So this is about the resultant force. So but when we are finding the resultant force, sometimes it may be 0 or it may be non-zero. Sometimes it may be 0 or non-zero. So that's why the resultant forces are two types. So one is the balanced force and second one is the unbalanced force. So generally when we are finding the resultant force, so sometimes we may get the resultant force is 0, sometimes we may get the resultant force may be non-zero. So if the resultant force may be non-zero, that is called the unbalanced force. If the resultant force is 0, that will be called as the balanced force. And nothing but what is the balanced force? So the resultant force whose magnitude is 0, then that is called the balanced force. And unbalanced force is nothing but, so the resultant force whose magnitude is non-zero, and nothing but here, so the net force or the resultant force is equal to 0. Here the net force is not equal to 0. So now when the resultant force is 0 and nothing but the resultant force, so due to that which will be gives the acceleration 0, and because of the force is 0, the acceleration is also 0. So that's in case of the balanced force, so the acceleration of the body is 0. But in case of the unbalanced force, so the acceleration is not 0. So that's why, so even though sometimes the balanced force is 0, the body may be in motion. Or rest. So that's why in case of the balanced force, what happening? So the body may be rest or uniform motion, or constant velocity, So because of the balanced force, the body may be at rest or sometimes it may be in motion, when even though the resultant force is 0, sometimes the body may be in motion. So, but in that case the motion may be uniform motion or constant velocity motion. But in case of the unbalanced force, the acceleration is not 0. The acceleration is not 0. So, that is why it will be in ununiform motion. Ununiform motion. So, balanced force is nothing but, let us consider, so this is an object. So, when the object is rest on the earth surface, for example, so on this object A, so now towards the left side, and nothing but on this object A, on the left side of the object some force is acting, so that will be considered the 5 newtons, but it is acting in which direction? Towards this direction, in this direction. So, the direction will be considered the positive and the right side direction. So, now consider on the object A will be, so in this direction some force is acting, that force will be again the 5 newtons, but this 5 newtons is acting in this direction will be considered negative. So, that is why what is the resultant force? The resultant force is nothing but what? So, the resultant force is nothing but what? So, this 5 force can be taken as F1, this 5 newtons force is taken as F1, and this 5 newtons can be taken as what? F2, but F1 can be taken as positive, that is why plus 5, and this F2 can be taken as minus 5, so that is why this plus 5 and minus 5 becomes 0. So, but this resultant force is 0, that is why this is called the balanced force. Because of this balanced force, even though the force are acting, but the body is at rest, such type of resultant force is called as what? Balanced force. Sometimes when the object is in motion, sometimes let us consider this an object A is moving with 2 meter per second. At this time on the left side 5 newtons force is acting, on the right side 5 newtons force is acting. So, now this time the resultant force is 0, due to that with what velocity it is moving, it will continue with the same velocity. So, that is why it is called the constant velocity motion. So, this can be happened in case of the balanced force is 0. And next coming to the unbalanced force. Unbalanced force is nothing but, so let us consider, so this is a body A and this body will be rest on the surface of the earth. So, now, so on this side let us consider 5 Newton force and 6 Newton force are acting. Let us consider 5 Newton force is F1 and 6 Newton force is F2. And again on this object A, so in this direction let us consider 2 force are acting. So, that is nothing but the 10 Newtons, that will be considered F3, and this force will be considered F4, that will be the again 2 Newtons. So, now 2 or more force are acting on this object. So, when these 2 forces are added vectorially, then that resultant force may be 0 or non-zero, but in this case it will be non-zero, that is why it is called the unbalanced force. So, if I find the resultant force, what is the resultant force? So, that is nothing but the 5 plus 6 minus 10 minus 2. So, why I am taking the minus 10 minus 2 here? Because I am considering this direction is the negative and this direction is the positive. Now, this is the force acting in this direction, that is why this direction is positive, and this is the force acting in this direction, that is why this is the negative direction. So, if I add vectorially, so then what is the resultant force? Plus 5 plus 6 11. So, minus 10 minus 2 minus 12. So, that is why what is the resultant? Minus 1. So, what is the resultant force here? Minus 1 Newtons. So, that is why it is non-zero. So, that is why this force will be called as what? Unbalanced force. So, this is about the balanced force and unbalanced force. So, because of the unbalanced force, the body will be coming to the motion. Because of the unbalanced force, the body will be coming to the motion, remember. So, because of this unbalanced force only, the direction can be changes and as well as the speed can be changes.